There's something deeply human about our obsession with tomorrow. We wake up and almost immediately our minds leap forward. What do I need to do today so I can get to where I want to be tomorrow? We set goals, we plan, we chase. It feels natural. After all, we've been told since childhood that a good life requires ambition, discipline, and the ability to think ahead. But have you noticed that this endless chase for tomorrow often leaves us blind to the very thing we already have? This moment, right now? Think about it. When was the last time you truly paid attention to the day you were living? Not just going through the motions, not just doing what's necessary to tick boxes off a list, but really living it. Most of us rarely do. We treat today like a stepping stone. We say, if I can just get through this week, then things will be better. Or, if I can land that job, that partner, that amount of money, then I'll finally be happy. But here's the strange part. When tomorrow actually arrives, it looks suspiciously like today. The same worries, the same restless thoughts, the same longing for the next thing. And so the cycle repeats. Krishnamurti often pointed out that time is a trap when it comes to the human mind. He didn't mean the clock or the calendar. He meant psychological time, the way we constantly project ourselves into the future or cling to the past. We believe that fulfillment lies in some future moment, so we trade the present away. We tell ourselves, someday, I'll finally arrive. But if you pay close attention, you'll see that there's no someday. There is only now, endlessly unfolding. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who spends years working a job they dislike, all with the hope that retirement will bring peace. They sacrifice their youth, their health, their relationships, always pointing to that golden day in the future when life will finally begin. But when retirement comes, their body is tired, their mind is conditioned to chase, and peace feels as far away as ever. Isn't that a tragedy? We gamble away today for the promise of tomorrow, but tomorrow is never guaranteed. And it's not just about big life decisions. Even in the smallest moments, we're always running ahead. You're at lunch with a friend, but you're already thinking about the emails waiting for you afterward. You're watching a movie, but your mind is rehearsing tomorrow's meeting. You're lying in bed, but instead of resting, you're scrolling endlessly, feeding the mind's hunger for the next distraction. This constant movement toward the future leaves us restless, anxious, and strangely empty. So what happens if we pause? What if we stop this endless chase for just a moment? When you bring your attention to the present, really bring it here, you notice something extraordinary. Life is happening right now, not tomorrow. The taste of your food, the sound of the wind outside your window, the look in your friend's eyes when they laugh. These are not stepping stones to something better. They are life itself. But here's the challenge. The mind resists. It says, if I stop planning for tomorrow, won't I fall behind? Won't I become irresponsible? Don't I need to prepare for the future? Of course, there's a practical need for planning. You can't simply ignore your bills or your job, but Krishnamurti made a clear distinction. There's a difference between using time practically and living psychologically trapped by time. Planning dinner or booking a flight is practical. Believing that your happiness depends on some distant tomorrow, that's psychological time, and that's where suffering begins. You see, the problem isn't tomorrow itself. The problem is the way we sacrifice today in its name. We postpone joy. We postpone peace. We say, I'll relax when I finish this project. Or, I'll love more fully when I'm less busy. But when does that moment ever arrive? Tomorrow always seems just out of reach. So let me ask you, what would your life look like if you stopped postponing? What if you allowed yourself to be fully present in this moment without bargaining it away for the next one? Imagine the relief of realizing you don't need to wait for happiness, for peace, for love. They are already here, in the texture of the present moment, waiting for you to notice. And yet most of us are afraid of this truth. Being fully present means letting go of the illusion of control. Tomorrow feels safer because it's a story we can shape in our minds. Today is raw, unpredictable, alive. To be present is to meet life directly, without the filter of expectation or fear. That can be unsettling, but it's also the only place where freedom is possible. So, the one who always looks to tomorrow ends up missing life itself. He spends his days in pursuit of a horizon that keeps moving further away. And when he finally looks back, he realizes he never truly lived a single day. The question is, are you doing the same? Maybe you've noticed how children live. They don't worry much about tomorrow. A child playing in the yard isn't thinking, one day I'll be successful, and then I'll really enjoy myself. No, they're immersed. Their whole being is in the game, in the laughter, in the curiosity of the moment. That doesn't mean children are irresponsible. It means they haven't yet been conditioned to trade the present for some imagined future. And that's why their joy feels so genuine. Have you ever watched a child laugh so hard they can barely breathe? That's life being lived right here, without calculation. But as we grow older, society trains us differently. We're told, work hard now, and then you'll enjoy later. Or, sacrifice today, because tomorrow will reward you. This message gets repeated until it becomes the rhythm of our minds. School, career, relationships, all seem to revolve around the promise of a future payoff. And without noticing, we start living in postponement. We become adults who can't stop running, always reaching, always waiting for a moment that never really comes. Krishnamurti asked a piercing question. Why are we so afraid of living now? Could it be because if we stop running, we might discover the emptiness inside? As long as we chase tomorrow, we don't have to face ourselves. We can keep believing that the solution lies just ahead. But if we sit still, if we truly pay attention to this moment, there's no escape. We come face to face with our loneliness, our fears, our unfulfilled desires. And maybe that's why the mind clings to tomorrow. It's a convenient distraction from what is. But here's the paradox. The very freedom we seek is only possible when we stop escaping. If you allow yourself to sit with the present, uncomfortable as it may be, something begins to shift. You start to see that life isn't about arriving somewhere later. It's about being fully alive here. The fear, the joy, the uncertainty, the beauty, they're all here now. And when you accept that, tomorrow no longer holds you hostage. Take a simple walk outside. Normally your mind is buzzing. What do I need to do after this walk? Did I send that email? What's for dinner? But if you stop and just notice, you'll feel the crispness of the air, the way sunlight filters through the trees, the sound of footsteps against the pavement. Suddenly, the walk isn't just a transition between tasks. It becomes life itself. And in that moment, there is a surprising sense of peace. Not because you've achieved something, but because you finally stopped running away. This isn't about adopting a philosophy. It's not about convincing yourself with positive thinking or repeating affirmations like, I should live in the moment. That would just be another trick of the mind. Presence is not something you force. It's something that happens naturally when you realize the futility of chasing tomorrow. The insight itself is enough. When you see the truth, deeply, that postponing life is a form of self-deception, the running begins to fall away, and then, life becomes lighter. Even in the middle of chaos, you find small pockets of clarity. You listen more fully to the person speaking to you. You taste your food instead of inhaling it. You breathe more deeply. And strangely enough, when you stop obsessing over tomorrow, you often handle tomorrow's challenges better, because you're not drained by constant anxiety. You meet the future with fresh energy, not with exhaustion. So maybe the question isn't, how do I prepare for tomorrow? Maybe the real question is, how do I stop missing today? Because if you take care of today, if you live it fully, with awareness and attention, tomorrow will take care of itself. Krishnamurti once said, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." And perhaps this society's sickness is its obsession with the future, always planning, always striving, always promising that happiness is just around the corner. But you don't have to buy into that story. You can step out of it, right here, right now. So let me leave you with this. As you finish this video, don't just jump to the next distraction. Pause for a moment. Notice your breath. Notice the room around you. Notice that you are alive now, in this fleeting moment that will never come again. This is not preparation for life. This is life. Don't let tomorrow steal it from you. Because the one who always looks to tomorrow ends up with nothing but regret. But the one who learns to live today, fully awake, discovers that tomorrow has already arrived. But maybe you're wondering, how do I actually begin? How do I stop this restless pattern that's been shaping my whole life? It starts not with effort, not with forcing yourself to be present, but with simple observation. Just notice when your mind starts running toward tomorrow. Don't judge it, don't fight it. Watch it the way you'd watch clouds drift across the sky. As you observe, something shifts. You realize the mind's habit of escaping into the future is just that, a habit, not a necessity. And the more you see it clearly, the less power it has over you. Suddenly, you find yourself here, grounded, without effort. And in that grounding, there is a quiet freedom that words can barely touch. So, the invitation is simple. Stop bargaining with life. Stop waiting for tomorrow to deliver what only today can give. Each moment you live with awareness is complete in itself. Don't let the promise of the future steal the gift of the present, because when you truly embrace today, you're no longer chasing life. You're living it, fully, here and now.